My idea of happiness would be to have a totally stress-free environment, mentally and physically. My greatest fear, I'd have to say, would be to die in an airplane. My whole life, that's the way I always seemed like I would die. The person I admire the most would be my mother for her endurance and strength that she passed on to all the children in her family. The other would have to be Jimi Hendrix for the inspiration he's given me ever since I was a little kid, not only as a lead guitar player, but as a rhythm guitar player, as a songwriter, and overall, just the overall human coolness that he possessed. My biggest challenge, I'd have to say, is just getting out of bed. If I had another career, I'd have to say it would be acting. A profession I'd hate to be in any 9-to-5 situation on this planet. My favorite food would have to be Chinese food. Lying is actually an art, because I know people that have it down, but I can't personally think of when I lie, because I try not to, because I'm so bad at it. Maybe seeing people work in harmony with each other, where there's some kind of balance, where it seems like people are happy, and that kind of satisfies me. My greatest achievement would have to be playing the 30th anniversary of Woodstock with Corky Laing, Leslie West. After being there 30 years earlier as a 13-year-old kid, and coming back and playing the same exact location, and it had rained the night before, so that the earth smelled the same. That was a great achievement for me, to come around full circle like that. I'd have to say, to get back into acting, I studied acting for many years at the Royal Court Academy in Manhattan, and I think if I was to be able to either come back out with a great, outstanding play or film, that most likely would be the high achievement of what I love to do. What makes me feel safe and secure, I'd have to say, would be, first of all, being on the ground, not in a plane, and also being surrounded maybe with very good friends who I could just totally be myself with, and that would be it. My ambition as a kid was to be a professional baseball pitcher. My older brother, had drilled me on every pitch that you can think of, whether it was a sinker, slider, curve, fastball. And then it became either a pitcher or a rock and roll star, one or the other. And then as time went by, my hair started getting a little longer. The pitching thing kind of went out the window, and I went to the other direction. But to be a pitcher was really my first ambition. I'm obsessed with playing guitar, and playing guitar to a point where I just constantly want to reach a new plateau. And so I'm obsessed with getting to that next plateau. My most treasured possession would have to be a signed photo from a guy named Van Williams, who played the Green Hornet. And he said, to the Emperor of Rock, from Van Williams, the Green Hornet. My most obvious characteristic is probably the fact that people say I remind them of Keith Richards. I would probably come back as a bird. Though I have a great fear of flying, as a bird, I wouldn't have the fear of flying, and I think it's just an amazing thing to be able to fly from rooftop to rooftop. So it would have to be some kind of bird, probably a bird of prey, though, so nobody would mess with me. I don't relax. I very rarely ever relax. I'm not really sure what I'd be supposed to do to relax. I don't relax. My favorite sound would have to be the sound of, I don't even know what they are. They're these insect things that hang up in the trees, and you really only hear them in August. And they have this little, they all kind of sing in harmony with each other at night. It's only something you hear in the summertime here in New York. I think musically what really changed me, when I was a pitcher, I was also a drummer. I was a drummer for many years. But what really changed my life, I'd have to say, is I was with a guy, a real, I guess they used to call them greasers back then, leather jacket, tattoos. We were in a record store, and I picked up Are You Experienced by Jimi Hendrix, and I looked at it, and I kept staring at these three guys, and something kept telling me something about this record and this guy, it was like a magnet of me drawing me to guitar, away from baseball and also playing drums. So The guy I was with ended up shoplifting the record. I turned around, he was gone. I walked out, and he waved me down the street to him, and he pulled it out from under his jacket, and he gave it to me, and that actually changed my life. I'd have to say my first hero, and he became a bigger hero all over again for me, was a guy named Mickey Mantle. Of course, the baseball legend for the New York Yankees. As a child, I didn't have a father, so he was kind of like a man, as you could say, a man, as you know, to a boy that I looked up to. And then after the crazy life he led, and he was dying and needed a liver, and he came back and looked right at the camera, and he told all kids that did idolize him, and kids that were my age when I idolized him today, not to idolize him, because of the obsessiveness and alcohol abuse and everything else he did. To me, that made him even more of a hero, because he was man enough to admit that he had flaws and that he was a human being. I look forward to when I wake up to motivate the people that I deal with, and I teach piano and guitar, bass, and drums, and to all different ages. And I think my motivation when I get up and go to teach these people is to motivate them and hope that I motivate them. My present state of mind is really good, thank God. Like I said, I'm very happy where I live, and I'm happy with my spouse and my music. So I think all three of those elements together make me, I'm in a good frame of mind. The words that I live by would be, I'd say that to stay absolutely true to myself. That's the words I live by. Just hitting a chord can affect my mood and make me just feel better. That's it.